What's going on, everybody? I have picked up the alcohol neons. These are incredible. I used them a little bit last night to kind of just play around with them, create a quick background. I did want to mention before we get into this video, I haven't watched Tim Holtz live. I haven't really done a whole lot of research. I've just been seeing snippets of like projects on Instagram and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly how they're created, the chemical makeup of them, how they're supposed to work, what is the best surface to use them on, anything like that. I just want to preface that because I could probably be using them completely wrong. Just want to put that out there, but I am excited to play around with them. So let's get into it. Now, before we jump into the creative play with these neon alcohol inks, I wanted to let you know about a free 7-day alcohol ink exploration class I'm offering. You'll get one lesson each day and you'll have 14 days of access to dive in at your own pace. It's packed with tips, techniques, and inspiration to help you feel more confident with alcohol inks. If that sounds like fun, and if you're interested, you can find the link to sign up down in the description box below. So I'm going to be using them on 4 different surfaces. This one is the previously known as the black alcohol ink cardstock. It is now the black Heavystock from Ranger. Okay, and then I'm also going to be using it on Dura-lar, the clear transparent sheets, also the Dura-Bright. Okay, and then my favorite is craft plastic. So this is what I usually use with alcohol inks, but because these are so pigmented, it looks just incredible on the black surface. So that's why I've picked out the black. And then I've seen a couple projects, I can't remember off the top of my head who they're from, but they used the clear sheets, which look amazing. So I'm going to test them out and yeah, kind of see what we're working with here. All right, so I'm just gonna shake these and then in a minute or so, I'll come back. I am going to be using blending solution. I'm not 100% sure if you can use regular isopropyl alcohol with these, but I do have some, so we're going to try that out as well. But I like to have blending solution just in case. And this is going to be the craft plastic to start off with. I'm just going to put a little bit of that blending solution down. If you have not used these or seen them, I highly recommend looking them up because they are incredible under a black light. And I happen to have a few flashlights because where I live in the desert, in the middle of nowhere really, and we get a lot of scorpions. So, oh wow, that is not picking up how bright it is. It looks almost like a rust color, but that does not do it justice at all on camera. So think of, let's see if this one does. Yeah, so this is that orange color. So that's crazy on the white. In the camera, in person, it's really bright. So I'm gonna add a little bit of pink to this just because. Now, I did a lot of splattering with these, and I don't know if you're supposed to, so I'll refrain from splattering, but if you're not supposed to, let me know. If anybody's watched the live from Tim, I probably should watch it, and I will, but these look amazing on white. I was wondering if they were going to look really good on white because you just never know, right? So, and they work, like they blend out beautifully with the blending solution. I'm wondering if they stain. I'm gonna try a little bit of the isopropyl alcohol just to see how they work, if they're like pearls, because pearls you have to use blending solution, and it seems to be that they don't really work that well with isopropyl alcohol. Let me get a little bit isopropyl, a little bit of the ink there, and see how that does. Oh no, it works. No, it's actually clumping up a little bit like the pearls do. And it definitely softens the color, Like it's not as vibrant. So I would say that these have to be used with the blending solution. And if this is stuff that you already know, then I don't know. This is all new to me. I'm just playing around with them and I thought I'd bring you along because why not? All right, I'm going to try it on the clear sheets. And I'm just gonna go in with some colors here. These colors are insane. I know I already said that, but they really are. They're crazy. Maybe a little purple and then some blue. And I am trying to remember to put the cap back on because I don't know how fast they'll dry out or anything. So, all right, now we're gonna go in with some blending solution, quite a bit. And I did notice last night when I was playing with these, if you let these sit too long, it does kind of tend not to want to move. So it kind of just dries in place. That is crazy on the clear. Wow. I love the pearls on the clear and like on vellum, but these are next level. This is crazy. So I'm gonna bring in my cooling rack just so I can not get a lot of that pulling up underneath. But I actually really like that. I lied and I said I wasn't gonna do splatters, but I feel like I need to do a little splattering. So forgive me if we're not supposed to splatter with these, but I am. So just gonna splatter up top there. Just like that. All right, I think I'm gonna do a little blue splatters as well. And they seem very chalky. Like when they dry, it's very matte. Even with the blending solution. Because before, the blending solution would give like a very kind of like a shine to alcohol inks, and with this it's very matte. Whoops. And last night it was rubbing off on my fingers. Yeah, it still is just a little bit. So I probably would seal this with some Kamar varnish. I'd have to take it outside and do that, but add some splatters there. And then maybe a little bit of purple as well. I need to shake these up a little bit better. Try not to get my nails because it's not quite 4th of July yet. It's Monday and 4th of July is Friday. So I want to keep my nails nice. All right. Very, very cool. Okay. Then we'll go in with whatever this one is. This pink color. Whoa. And I am going over some of the other colors as well, just to kind of help everything blend and look cohesive. All right, I think that's good. That is so cool. Oh, I should have got vellum. I'll grab a piece of vellum so I could see them on vellum because I think that would be really cool. All right, so I'm going to do Dura-Bright on the left, this one here, and then the cardstock on the right. just so that we can get a good comparison between the two as we are creating. So I'm just gonna add a little bit there, just like that. And then we'll go in with this purple. One, two, whoop, I accidentally did 3, but that's okay. I'm gonna blend that out, As you could see, it does blend out a lot better on the, oh, and then that's there. Once it's there, that is set. So that's interesting. That's not how it was kind of reacting last night, so it's very interesting. So let me add some there, and then this blending solution. Now, if you've taken my alcohol inks on black paper cardstock before, you know that you kind of have to build up, and you do have to use that white underneath. But with these, you obviously do not have to use the white underneath because they are super bright and pigmented. So you can just kind of use them. Okay, interesting. In a weird way, some of this is a lot brighter on the cardstock. Okay. I'm going to use a little blue as well on this side. So I'm going to add some blending solution, some of the blue, and then some purple as well, just to build up that color. Okay, so that when I said that when it dries, it doesn't move, I think that was just because of the surface I was using. So I don't know if that's the case for this side. No, doesn't seem to be. So I can go in, and last night I was kind of pouncing, kind of blending this out a little bit, and it made it like pretty chalky. Actually kind of cool. So very interesting. So a lot brighter on this one than this one, which is weird because this is cardstock. This is like plastic paper. So I can continue to build the colors on here like I did on this one. I was just playing last night and just splattering away, as you could see, but I love how it turned out. And I ended up kind of ruining it, not necessarily ruining it, but I added white splatters, which I probably shouldn't have. But either way, it's still really cool. I actually honestly like it better on the white. It's actually really cool on the white. And then also the plastic, like the clear sheet. It's really, really cool as well. I'm wondering how this is going to dry. Oh, it is dry. It does rub off a little bit, and I did use the blending solution, so that's interesting. It may just be the splatters that's rubbing off, but it's not too much. It's not like if you use an alloy without blending solution, how it just basically rubs off completely. So pretty cool. All right, now I'm going to try some vellum. This is the vellum that I swear by for everything. I came across it when I did some crowdsourcing for finding the right vellum to use with embossing folders. and it's very cheap in my opinion. It's the thickest I have ever come across, and it works amazing with so many different things. So the link for this will be down below. I think we've sold it out a couple times. I won't take full credit for that. However, anytime I mention it, it ends up selling out. So just grab it quick if you want some. All right, we're going to start with some blending solution. And when I'm working with vellum, I actually like to work more in the center because we are adding moisture to a very delicate surface. So, oh wow, oh, hair. There's just nothing like alcohol inks on vellum, even with these crazy neon colors. All right, so these are blending out beautifully and they blend together really pretty. All right, so I am kind of getting a little bit of separation. It's a little weird. Maybe when it dries, I can show it a little bit better. But either way, it's still really cool on the vellum. And they blend together so cool. I probably won't use these colors very often, but they are cool to have in your stash just for some extra something if you need like a fun 80s card or something, or you're feeling a little funky and you need a lot of color. I'm gonna add a little bit of purple here, probably in between there. All right, you know I love trying out new surfaces just to see how they're going to react. Different mediums on different surfaces, just so that we have an idea, because sometimes it's good to know what doesn't work so that we can understand what does work. And all of these work really well. Oh, I was going to try out the alcohol ink cardstock too. So that one I don't really like necessarily for using like creating a background on with alcohol inks. So I guess we'll see how it holds up to these. But that's pretty cool. Very, very cool, actually. You do get the separation. I don't know. It's a little weird. I don't know if that's showing up on camera. All right, so this is alcohol ink cardstock. I use this primarily for stamping off when I'm using alcohol lift ink. I don't really like it for creating backgrounds usually, so we'll see how it does. Ooh, that's actually really pretty. Well, you know what else I forgot? There's so many surfaces. I can't do them all, but there's poster board too. Mary Polanco introduced me to poster board for alcohol inks, and it's actually really, really cool to work on. So you could see there's a little bit of staining, which actually is kind of nice with these. And they stay true to the color. You know, some of the alcohol inks, there's a lot of different pigments in there. These are pretty true to the color. I didn't think I was gonna like this one. That's actually pretty cool. Just different surfaces. So we got the alcohol ink cardstock. We have the what was this one? The alcohol ink Dura-Bright from Graphics and Ranger. Okay, then we have the, what I like to call alcohol ink cardstock, but is now the black Heavystock from Ranger and Tim Holtz. Then we also have craft plastic, okay? Then we also have some clear sheets and also vellum. All of these work beautifully with these alcohol inks, if I can call them that. They smell like alcohol inks. I don't know. They're just a little bit different. Not crazy, like weird, but just a little different. But yeah, really, really cool to work with, and the bright colors and stuff. But anyways, I just wanted to bring you along, show you. If you don't feel like you're going to use them, I probably would not suggest buying them if you're not a huge alcohol ink person. But if you feel like you might need them someday, then I would definitely pick them up because they're pretty cool to work with. So this one actually really surprised me. Oh, it does rub off. So interesting. It's very, very chalky. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this short little video, just me kind of playing around with these new alcohol inks. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and maybe we can start some conversations down in the comment section so that we can get to know this medium a little bit better. And if you have any tips or tricks using these, then let us know down below as well. And if you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join the community here on YouTube. I have a goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers by my birthday in a couple months. So if you found this valuable, stick around and subscribe. All right. Until next time, stay creative, my friends, and I will catch y'all later.